Hello Kamara, I sent you an email with your login details, so just use those login details to log into the back end of the site. So you just log in. When you log in, any updates and things will do them, so don't worry about any of those. The one you're looking for is called J2 Store up here. You can have a look at the dashboard. The dashboard just lists any current orders, anything that you know, earnings and stuff like that, sales and all those sorts of things in graph form. Your orders are down here. You can have a look at those in quick view. Over here in sales are the real orders, the ones that will just give you more information, and they're all listed down here. Any that are paid or not paid and so forth. The thing with J2 Store, it's unusual in that it uses articles as its products. So it also lists products like this, right? So they're all down here. But if you're going to edit any or change anything, you're better off to go to Content, Articles, and it'll list all the articles or products in your case, and you just click one that you want to change. So let's say you want to change the tights to a different price. You would click on the blue link, it would open up, and it normally open up to this, which is the front part. You go across to here, J2 Store Cart, click on that. That will give you general information. This is important, this is the SKU. It also gives you the price, so if you want to change the price, making sure that our dot's in the right place, we just change it to whatever price that we want, and we would click save and close, and it would be changed. The set prices, if we wanted to add a discounted price, we would set the new price here and it would work out what discount was available and stuff like that. Inventory, we're not running an inventory on the product, so we can, if you want to, we can turn that on, and we can put the stock statuses to, you know, to be allowed to purchase it, but notify the customer that it's on back order and things like that. The images are where the images for the product goes. So I don't think I've got it open. So, oops. So these images here. So these ones down here in the main image. That's these ones. Shipping. There's no shipping. Options is where we have all the sizing and all that sort of thing. That's all in that part there. I don't want to save the price, so I'm just going to click close. But if you change the price and wanted to save it, you would click save and close. So I'm just going to close that off. And you were talking about people ordering via text or email or Facebook. You can enter the new orders via the back end, but I wouldn't suggest you do that. The reason is that you would have to set them up as a customer, which means as a user they would need a username and login. So I'll just show you how quickly that works, but it's not very good. So you would get the date that you want them to join, and then you would have to select a user, and so you'd have to go in and set up a user account back here in users up here, which is too slow. You don't really want to muck around doing that. It's better off to do it from the front of the site. So here, as a customer would see, the person that's going to enter the manual ones in would just go to the front of the website like normal and then go through the process. So let's say we buy this one, and then we would check out. That gives us what we've got and what we've ordered. We go to proceed to the checkout, and now it gives us two options. We can either register an account or check out as a guest. If we register an account, it will give us a username and password. Then we can log in later on if we wanted to and purchase more things, yada yada yada. And it tells you here that by creating that makes your shopping experience a little bit faster and things like that. If you're doing a one-off thing for someone who's given you a manual order, we would just check out as a guest, and that way we don't need to worry about that part of it. Makes it much quicker. So let's go through and let's say that Mary ordered something, and you would enter in her name, the person that you're doing the manual order for, and put all her details in. This is very important. Her email address is mega important, so make sure it's her email address or whoever, and I'll have to use mine because I don't know any other one. Anyway, you put the mobile number in, you put the address in, and all that other information. Then you would click continue, and it would say that it's going to be bank transfer. The customer can give you a note. You're doing it for her, so you don't really need to do that. You then click continue and you get the order summary. It tells you what we've ordered, how much it costs, and then how we pay for it, and now we process the order. You only have the bank transfer as a payment method, but if you have more payment methods like PayPal and things like that, we can enter them in and then they could automatically pay via PayPal. The customer then would see this, they would see that link that I just clicked a minute ago, and that would show them their profile. It sent me an email because it thinks that I've just ordered it on her behalf, or, so yeah, that's important to put their email address, not your own. We can now view the order by clicking on that, and that says that what we ordered, yada yada. This is how we pay, and that's what we ordered, so that's what the invoice would look like. We'll just go backwards to the profile page, and then if we were to look on the email for that one, it says hello Mary Jones, so I just did that order and that's what I got. That would have an image there. We could then click on this link here and that would take us to that profile page that we were just looking at a minute ago. It would take us to this page. Okay, so they wouldn't have to, sorry, that one. It would take us to that page there and they can then view their order, their invoice, or print their invoice. But the confirmation tells them virtually everything that they've got, everything that they've ordered and the amounts and all that, and it says that it's pending. It also says that if the item is not in stock, that it'll be placed on back order and they'll get an email as soon as it becomes available. Okay, so that's how that bit works. We go back to the store and we go to orders again, and that will reload it, and there's Mary Jones's order there. If a customer pays, you have to change the status. So the status is here, and there's all different ones, and we can set up more if you need them. And the status allows you to be able to mark them as paid. You see this one's paid, and look at the green. This one's pending, and this will go to that address. Let me see if I've got one here. Let's just pretend that she's paid. So we would select paid from the drop down and tell it to notify the customer, and then click save. It would then change her status to paid, which is this green icon as soon as it's done it. So there it is there, and we've notified the customer. So in a couple of seconds we would get an email here, which is here it is, and it just says that hello Mary Jones, thank you for your payment, and the amount paid was $35, because that's how much her order was. See, it now says paid, so that way you can keep track of who's paid and who hasn't paid. You can also export the entire order list to an Excel spreadsheet by clicking on that button there and then saving it to your computer. So that's how you would keep track of the orders that are paid and not paid. So yep, as soon as they pay, click that, put paid, and notify them, click save, and away they go. Then when you come back to this screen, you'll see that it's been paid, and you can basically forget about it. If you need to edit any of these, you can choose the blue links or the little pen down here, little pencil, and you can go through and change any of the information that's been entered. Oh, well, it won't be anything shipping. That's the items. You can increase it if she says to, or whatever. The payment, well, it's always bank transfer, but if you had a tracking ID, you would put it in here if you were posting it, and so forth, and then you'd save it and it would notify her of that detail. So basically that's how it works. It's far better to do it from the front of the site, the order that is, rather than try and do it from the back. If you do it from the back, you'd have to set up the user, so you'd have to go to the user menu, manage, add a new user, and it's just too slow. And a new user would be always registered. Don't give them any higher access. So when you go in here, you put their name, their email, and all that sort of rubbish. And you must make sure that's selected, not any of these other ones, because that will give them access to the back end of the website, and you don't want that. So J2 Store, that's basically how it works. What else would I have to say? No, here you can quickly look at invoices and things like that. This is another type of screen where you can put that it's paid, and to notify them as well. So it's just there's just different types of views of the same order. So you can keep notes in it, you can resend the email and all that, you can print it out and all that sort of thing. So, but these are all under the guests, so these are all guests. They're here, guest. If it was a logged in like this one, that's where an actual account has been created. So, but as I said before, I don't think that's the way to go. I think just keep them as guests from the front of the website, and everything should be work much easier. Always log out when you're finished, of course. Okay then, that's it. Thanks very much.